And so we are into race 52. Cantabrigian on the Berkshire side, the Thames Challenge Cup against the Tideway Scullers on the Bucks station. That means Cantabrigian further from us, of course, and we're going to pick them up pretty promptly, much further up the course. And as we approach Fawley here, there is very, very little in it, actually. This has developed very quickly into a very, very good race. Yesterday, Cantabrigian beat Avon from New Zealand by 1 3/4 lengths in a time of 6 minutes 31. Cantabs were pleased with that. Tideway Scullers also overcame Foreign Raiders, beating Riverside from the USA by 3/4 length in a very good testing race in a time of 6:29. So comparable times, though those times oughtn't to be read too much into because they, of course, vary sometimes according to the ease of the contest.
And also the time of day they would have raced, because they don't always, at Henley, you don't always race back to back, so the Thames event won't all be raced at the same time. Different conditions, wind could have been up, wind could have been down. But I'm sure, like, each coach after they won, depending who went first yesterday, would have definitely checked out the other crew racing to see what conditions were like.
Tideway Scullers with a lead of perhaps just more than half a length, but not very much more. This is going to be a contest that goes pretty close to the wire here. Cantabs not letting them go. Tideway boxed by McPhee and steering a course which is relatively central. Cantabrigian closer to their boom. Very happy with what they achieved yesterday. Their coach said, "We are indeed happy. Our best start to date. Happy even to have qualified." So perhaps they perceive this as a bonus day, and if indeed it is that, then it is a bonus they're maximising by turning this into a genuine contest.
And that's the great thing, you know, you've just mentioned there, to qualify, to come and race at the regatta. For some people, that is like winning at the regatta, having that opportunity to come here and compete. But, you know, they're making a really good show of it after their great race yesterday and trying to put Tideway Scullers under pressure at the moment.
Winners of this will go forward tomorrow to take on the winners of the Lee against Agecroft race, which is coming in over the course of the next hour or so, just either side of tea. And it looks as though it is going to be Tideway Scullers, but their opponents here are going to be able to derive a great deal of pride out of this and will enjoy this last phase of the race as they come past the enclosures and drink in the noise and the levels of approval, which ought to be genuinely high here. This will go beyond sympathetic support towards considerable admiration, because Tideway Scullers were certainly strong favourites going into this. Their performance underlines that, but it's possibly a shade closer than some might have anticipated. Fantastically competitive competition this year, the Thames Challenge Cup. We saw some thrillingly close races yesterday, and indeed there is going to be less than the length of a boat between them as they come up towards the finish line here. I think Tideway Scullers have been kept honest the whole mile and 550, but the last metres finally allow them to find some comfort and joy as they cross first and progress at the expense of Cantabrigian.
There was no chance for them to kind of let up there, so that would have hurt. They dug deep there to make sure they kept that distance.